G'day, welcome to Todd's Kitchen. There are so many slime recipes out there. This one's incredibly safe for kids and it's also fun to make with them too. And it's kind of delicious. So join me today as I make my version of Starburst slime. Now we're going to start off with everyone's favourite chewable, and that's our Starbursts. Now if you can't find the Starbursts in your area, there are different brands. They're basically just those soft chewable things. They're a bit hard at the moment because it's winter here in Australia, but you know what I mean. As long as they're not those hard candy ones. And they're just the soft chewable ones. So there's two ways to do it. You can place this into a boiling pot of water, making sure that the water doesn't go too high, and that'll slowly melt it. Or you can do it the even easier way by placing it into the microwave for 30 seconds at a time and give it a quick stir each time until they're completely melted. So as you can see, they're starting to melt, but still very sticky of course, but that's natural. So almost there. And you can use just one color or you can just mix and match all the colors. It's completely up to you. So I'm going to put this in for another 30 seconds until it's completely melted and combined. Okay, so look at that. It's like one big rainbow, but see how easy that is to stir? So that means it's perfectly ready. But don't touch it with your hands because it's going to be very hot. So we just want to keep on stirring it just till it's combined. All the colours I mean. Of course if you're using one colour you don't need to. And this is definitely one of the safest versions of slime you can make when it comes to toxicity. Because if one of the kids happens to eat some of this, well, there's no danger whatsoever. Unless of course it's been dropped on the floor a few times or used in messy places, but used in a safe environment, it's perfectly fine. Okay, so now I've got some icing or powdered sugar. So on the bench, I'm just going to sprinkle some on. Now I'm using about a cup's worth in total, but you can use more or less. It depends on how much you're going to use. Because it's very sticky, we need to work it, and it's cooling down at the same time, so you want to really work a bit fast here before it gets too hard. So just put it onto a workbench. And I'm going to use a rubber or silicone type spatula and some cooking spray oil because it just helps prevent anything from sticking. So just give it a quick grease. So just remove again from the teaspoon. And we're just going to work our icing powdered sugar through, just so we get to a nice consistency. So I'm going to you can touch it, but it's warm on the outside, but I know it's going to be a lot hot on the inside. So I don't want to get my hands into it just yet. So the icing sugar just helps it from sticking, but it also stops it from going to that really hard stage as well. And so it's already starting to cool down pretty well, so I'm able to use my hands. But you don't want to use too much, otherwise you're going to take away from the colour, and we don't want that. And it's still a bit warm, but it's cooling down very fast. So once it's at what you judge as a cooler temperature, the kids can also start kneading this as well. But you really want to knead all that icing sugar right in. I'm using icing sugar basically because if they want to eat it, or if they happen to eat it, you're not worried about that raw flour. I mean, Starbursts are basically 100% sugar anyway, so it's not going to make any difference adding more sugar to something that's already sugar. Okay, so we don't add too much more. It's already starting to dry up now. If you add too much sugar to it, it's going to be too dry. But we want that elastic look. I mean, look at that. And there we have our deliciously easy and simple Starburst slime. Now if you find that's gone too hard, it's very simple. Just simply place it in the microwave for a little bit longer so it melts a little bit, and just add a little bit more icing sugar. And that'll just take it back to its original elasticity. But the fact that we're using kid-friendly ingredients just really does work on this so well. So it's 100% safe to eat, assuming they're not playing with it in dirty places and, so forth. So it's incredibly simple to make. I could say it's 2 ingredients, but honestly, considering Starbursts are basically just sugar anyway, it's pretty much just 1 ingredient, but we're using 2 different items. So you can call it 1, you can call it 2, but it's very slimy. So it's definitely the safest option when it comes to making slime for kids. Because the best thing is, if they do happen to accidentally chew into it, it's going to taste simply delish. And please do me a huge favour by clicking on one of the links on the screen, one of them even being all my dessert recipes where I know the kids will love them.